Just close it now. If you are coming back here open, you will see.
Why open them?
No, I'll close it now.
Missing from push and pull factors should be managed. If they are criminals, as you alluded to them, we reiterate that the solution is not to kill them.
South Africa cannot solve this challenge alone. It needs to work together with its sister countries.
There's a little bit of instability in terms of like social safety, because one moment everything is fine, the next moment nothing is fine.
One is elevate each other. So this is the position I'm taking.
There is serious problems, issues in March and March. There is some serious problems in March and March right now. And because of that, NGIZWE has been suspended by JACINTA. NGIZWE has been suspended by JACINTA from the March and March group. Also, the President Cyril Ramaphosa sent a delegation to Nigeria to meet President Tinubu, and it seems like President Tinubu did not want to meet them. So at the end of the day, they allowed them to meet some members of his government, and they had a meeting. And bro, the way they were giving it to the South African envoy or people that came to Nigeria, it's crazy. And also President Cyril Ramaphosa attended the Pan-African Parliament meeting, and he said something when he got the platform at the Pan-African Parliament. We watch all that. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. You don't lose anything by liking. Just give the video a thumbs up, comment whatever you think. Let's go into the videos.
Its working relationship with former radio personality NGIZWE following what it describes as unacceptable behavior that could bring the organization into disrepute. In a statement, March and March founder JACINTA Zuma said the movement has resolved to suspend its association with Mchunu pending the outcome of further investigations. The friction between Ngobese Zuma and Mchunu follows a high-level meeting between Mchunu activist Nkosikhona Ndaba-Ndaba, also known as Phakile Mthakathi, and President Cyril Ramaphosa before the 30th of June protests against undocumented foreign nationals. Ngobese Zuma was not at the meeting, and she later distanced herself from it. NGIZWE could not be reached for comment.
Know what to do and when to do it. So where someone is weaker, someone has to protect each other. Someone has to elevate each other. So this is the position I'm taking. I'm on social media platforms. They may be there to say whatever they want to say because of the likes, because of the relevancies, because of abantu befuna ukuthi bahole egcina ngosuku ama-views. So a country is not about views. A country is a very serious matter. We are serious about reparating.
Missing from push and pull factors should be managed. If they are criminals, as you alluded to them, we reiterate that the solution is not to kill them. I mean, we're a country governed by the rules of law. If someone is, quote and unquote, a criminal for drug trafficking, there are rules, there are regulations. Get them arrested, prosecuted, and jailed. The Nigerian government will not support drug peddlers. But please, what we're saying is that treat them in accordance with your constitution, in accordance with international human rights instruments, in accordance with the minimum requirement of humanity. But what we have found is that this xenophobic attack had gone beyond, attack on criminals. We have record of Nigerians who have legitimate papers to remain in South Africa, yet they have been attacked. And we could see some mob actions which we saw the police watching as if they are helpless to address this situation. These are the issues of complicity. If the state authorities are not able or unwilling to tackle these challenges in a manner that offers some confidence in citizens, in foreigners, that indeed they are safe to remain in the country. I think those are some of the background to our concerns. And we're hoping that when we go into closed-door session, we'll be able to address in some considerable details our specific concerns and why Mr. President had asked that we should receive you. Again, he sent his warm greetings to his brother, friendship and body chemistry that exists between these two countries. And they are keen together to lift Africa, into the G20. Mr. President, my present concern is that those aspirations should not be marred by issues such as xenophobia that involves the killing of Nigerians in South Africa.
Round of applause once more.
Of our nationals. It was not a pleasant experience, not just for the victims, but also even for us as government. I recall I received the first badge. I shed tears in the plane.
Please, gentlemen of the press and all security details, you excuse us for a while.
Returning home almost with nothing. Some of the properties have been looted. Some of them have been destroyed. I don't think that is the way we want to conduct relations in Africa. I don't think that is the way to go. Honourable Minister, once again, our best wishes and welcome to Nigeria.
South Africa cannot solve this challenge alone. It needs to work together with its sister countries and with the peoples of our continent to address this problem. We have seen how unmanaged migration can undermine the sovereignty, the security and social order of countries, not only South Africa, but many other countries. As African countries, we have to acknowledge and address the conditions that drive migration in the first place. We need to work together, as I said, to address issues like conflict, instability, governance failures, poverty, and social discord. We need to create equal economic opportunities across the African continent. But we also need to silence the guns, which is a very clear and firm position that has been taken by the African Union. We need to build inclusive institutions of governance. We must work for a future where Africans are able to migrate out of choice and not necessity. And we call on this Pan-African Parliament to take up the mantle of leadership, to be at the forefront of finding sustainable solutions to this issue. When I met the members of the Bureau before coming to this open session, they said, Mr. President, will you articulate what this Parliament should do in addition to what it is called upon to do? And it is this. This is this issue of migration that this Parliament must give leadership to. This Parliament must address this issue in a way that brings us all together, to work together. The measure of Africa's development will not only be the ease with which Africans can move across borders, it will also be the extent to which every African country offers all its citizens sufficient opportunity, dignity, and hope. As the honorable members of this Parliament, as the collective leadership of this continent, we have a responsibility to build a better Africa. It cannot and should not be the responsibility of the heads of state or certain countries only. It must be a collective responsibility. And all of us who are seated here are leaders. And that is why we were elected and chosen to come and represent our peoples of Africa. We have a responsibility to build a continent that is at peace with itself, where conflicts are resolved through dialogue and diplomacy, rather than through the barrel of a gun. It is a continent that produces everything that it needs. This is what this continent must be. That extracts from its abundant resources the full value that belongs to the peoples of Africa. Rather than exporting our raw wealth, we must process our minerals, our agricultural produce, and our energy ourselves. We are building a continent where our young people have the skills, and they are continuously demonstrating that they have the knowledge and the skills. We must also build a continent where capital and opportunity is there to build enterprises and careers on African soil rather than seeking them abroad. This is a continent where women should take their rightful place in the boardrooms, in the parliaments, in the cabinets of our various countries. And they must take their place not in the home only, but in the factories, in the various institutions that lead this continent. This continent must be a continent whose voice in global institutions matches its size, its history, and its potential. Long must be the days when Africa is always pushed to the back. Africa belongs to the front. We must lead the global events that are unfolding. Because we are, as Africa, the origins of humanity. Humanity originates from this continent. We must therefore take our place in global matters.
You've been in South Africa for a couple of years and you also went to school here. How have things been like since then up to this day?
There's a little bit of instability in terms of like social safety, because one moment everything is fine, the next moment nothing is fine, you know. So also I can recall like the events, because I experienced xenophobia or anti-migrant protests from dating back to 2008. You know, I was here, and then the one that happened in 2021, I was here, and this one as well. So we are all just looking off our shoulders, you know, just trying to know exactly what is the way forward, you know, in case something really goes out or blows out of proportion.
So March and March has decided to cut ties with NGIZWE Mlando Mchunu. They're saying that they're not going to work with NGIZWE Mchunu until their investigation is finished. And currently, their investigation is pointing that there was money from business people and all those kind of things, and the people who the men who facilitated that to demobilize the March and March, it's NGIZWE Mlando Mchunu. So they say up until their investigation is finished and all the facts are on the table, they won't be working with NGIZWE Mchunu. But to my surprise, they're not saying anything about Uphakele Mthakathi, which means they're still willing or open to work with Uphakele Mthakathi. Guys, you can't blame NGIZWE Mchunu of selling out and leave Uphakele Mthakathi behind. By the way, and this is not a saying that Uphakele Mthakathi njanjani. I heard statements when he said Uphakele Mthakathi took 3 million allegedly and all those kind of things. But the truth of the matter is they all met the president. So if you want to blame them, you must blame all of them. And also the allegation that NGIZWE Mchunu arrived first at the meeting with the president before Uphakele Mthakathi. I think maybe that's the reason why everything is pinpointed on him. But I think if JACINTA was serious and she wants to find the truth, she must dismiss both of them for now and do her investigation, because uzothini umotshela investigation that it was Uphakele Mthakathi through Uhlabisa that organized that meeting or that met the president out of willingness without her. Like, I'm asking myself those questions. So if JACINTA wanted the truth as things stands now, JACINTA should have done one simple thing: dismiss both of them. Don't work with both of them up until you finish your investigation, and let your investigation direct you on who to work with and who not to work with. And if the investigation says she must not work with both of them, she continue to dismiss both of them. Because as things stands now, let's just say the investigation come and say it's Uphakele Mthakathi, and after they reconcile the relationship, let's just say Uphakele Mthakathi behave very well and all those kind of things, supports JACINTA, it's going to be very difficult for her to dismiss Uphakele Mthakathi, even if the investigation is pointing that everything was structured through Uphakele Mthakathi. But I'm not saying everything was structured through him. So I'm just saying with JACINTA and I feel like they're overreacting. If they have dismissed too, because they both met the president without her. And if Uphakele Mthakathi knew late about the meeting, why Uphakele Mthakathi didn't tell JACINTA? Why? Because they're working together, Ben. ziyakhala angizwisisi nje indaba yabo at all.
So Tinubu shared South African envoy. People enter plane for their country for night, so they land for morning for Nigeria. Just to explain and beg, give Tinubu waiting the apple for South Africa. They say don't know it the apple. Baba shade them. He do them. When they go back, go fix their country. Tinubu shade them, he shank them. President Tinubu, I promise you, you made me proud today. I'm proud of you. I swear to God, not only me, a lot of Nigerians are proud of you. They are even reconsidering voting you. They are willing to risk it. If you will just deal with South Africa for us. Bro, these people have the nerve. You come up for your country, you don't come our country, you can't beg our president for waiting they do in citizens. They want to disguise begging in explaining. They want to come and explain to President Tinubu what is going on in South Africa as if he did not see it. Your police literally unalive Nigeria inside his apartment. The video is trending. The video of proof of South African police unaliving Nigerian in his apartment is trending. You guys did not arrest those police. You have the nerve to enter plane to come to our president. You want to come and explain what is going on as if he did not see it. You see, South Africans, we have a lot of way to deal with you guys. The Strait of Hormuz is closed. There's no way South Africans can get fuel or gas from any other country apart from Nigeria. From Dangote. What if Nigerian government place, let's say, 50% tariff on any export from Nigeria to South Africa? I swear to God, Dangote will not sell that oil for you guys. He's a businessman, right? If that tariff is placed on his goods, any goods that is leaving Nigeria to South Africa, 50% tariff on it, I promise you, will not sell anything for you guys. Nigeria refused to do business with you guys, refused to sell for you guys. Guess what? South Africa is going to perish. Just Nigeria. If Nigeria decide to deal with you guys, we have a lot of way to deal with you guys. I'm even wondering how you guys have the nerve to attack Nigerians. We can literally destroy South Africa. We can literally destroy South Africa. We are your largest market in Africa. If we decide to nationalize your companies, MTN won't watch shit.
Just close it now. If you are coming back here open, you will see.
Why open them?
No, I'll close it now. Close it for good and go back to your country. This is South Africa. We don't need you.
Okay, I'm gonna do it first. Chief, no, I'm not even. Call the police. No, call the police. I'm not going with you. Where? Call the police. They're gonna come to take me, right? No, I'm not going with you. Where? We are walking together. What you walking away? Match and match. No, I'm not matching. I'm not matching. No. You can't say no to us. No. We are not asking you. We are telling you. You are under arrest. I'm not need to break document.
Hi guys. How are you? No, I think we're going to speak with them for this. How are you? Just going to speak with them. Oh, I'm a police. Oh, so how are you guys? How are you? Sorry. Can you please call one of your managers? Just, hi, can you please speak to one of your managers? Hello. Sorry. Hello.
To admit that I'm a migrant of 35 years in South Africa. I arrived here just before the dawn of democracy, and I saw the change of the democracy as a young student, at the University of Cape Town. I'm from Zimbabwe. I'm from a part of Zimbabwe that is on the border with Mozambique, and my surname Mupita means the one who moves from place to place. Kupita, Kupita. Kupita, Kupita is a person who moves from place to place. So I have relatives that I know of in Malawi, in Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and Angola. So the Mupitas have been long-time migrants. But I've settled here by choice, and my in-laws are here from Limpopo, and one is sitting right there, so I best be on my best behavior. Chichima Ponya is sitting there, and we're still delivering cows all the way from Honde Valley, to Limpopo. So it's who I am. I'm an African, and I happen to be an African who is a steward, as Sim said, for an organization that was birthed in South Africa, as we've understood from our MTN history. We hope it's correct. If it's not, we will continue to believe it's correct, that one of President Mandela's first acts was the issuance of 2 mobile licenses. And therein was the birth of MTN, started here, but has grown to be a truly Pan-African organization. Sim spoke about how much money Standard Bank makes South Africa and into the rest of the continent. MTN today only makes 18% of its earnings in South Africa. We make 82% of our earnings ex-South Africa. So by nature, we are embedded into the organization of, into the continent. Nigeria alone, we have 90 million customers regularly using an MTN SIM every day. In Ghana, it's over 30. And so it is our lived experience, this sense of Pan-Africanism. Bringing it back to the migration issue internal to MTN, I run an executive committee which is more than 50%, slightly more than 50% non-South Africans. We have a South African running our South Sudan operation. We have a chief technology officer in Uganda. Our head of Cameroon is from South Africa. And so we've had this tapestry of interweaving South Africans, Nigerians, Ghanaians into what we hope is almost a seamless tapestry of the continent. And we believe that it is a superpower in terms of how we're able to navigate some of these challenges, but also importantly, the opportunities that come with the digital economy.
So now there is confusion in the camp of Match and Match, all because of before 30th of June. We all saw that NGIZWE and Pakela met the president of South Africa without JACINTA. If you remember, I brought you that video here, and it seems like that is the reason why JACINTA has suspended NGIZWE. I don't know if it is the same thing for Pakela, but this is what is happening in Match and Match, or within Match and Match right now, and it's crazy. Also, just look at the way the members of the Nigerian current government were just giving it to the South African envoy. It is just crazy, because if you are saying some people are involved in illegality, and you have the police, the security agencies, everything, arrest them and prosecute them. You understand? But unaliving people, beating up people, looting their shops, that is not the way to go. This is all that people are talking about. South Africa, people are not saying don't crack down on illegal immigrants. People are not saying don't crack down on people who are committing crime. No, you understand? Stop unaliving people, stop beating up people, stop looting people's shops, hard-earned money, hard-earned work. That is the issue. That's what people are talking about. And when it comes to the South African president, I don't know why they keep on shifting the narrative or the issue they are trying to push the issue to African leaders. They should come together and help their citizens. Bro, go. No matter how any country is developed, its people will travel. When you come to Ghana, let me tell you, we have Indians that are undocumented. We have Chinese that are undocumented. We have a lot of them, Lebanese, that are undocumented in this our country. You understand? That does not mean we should go onto them and beat them up, and no, that is not the way to go. Let's speak the truth to ourselves. Don't shift the thing. No matter how African countries are going to even develop their countries and probably provide jobs for their people, still you will have some people within the country that will travel out of the country. So please, let's not shift this thing. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching.